Florence Chisen pensioner, but she is always working, plowing, farming with pigs and chickens. And she does not have a domestic worker to help.
Water is for irrigation, water is for bathing, water is for cooking, water is for drinking, water is for everything. Now here I want to prove to the community that I did not tell them to do. Bapa abalime. Ngori vachifana ndichiri kabalime ndisongolima zitonga ndita vanga kuzidhaira musi. Zvino ndikonya gori ndiite namwaha. Ndite ende zvanga zvidobvisana dzipeteni.
Helene.
Zvidoitanga dzidesign.
Ane papa mukuru.
Ane papa udova ndwane yumwe kama si mumwe murowo ita triangle.
Hewa.
Mumwe woita rectangle, mumwe woita block. Ndorere ya.
Ya zembure far rikati bona zvinji akozvo.
Zvinjisa. Zvinange ninga murawo hange una fence apa la netiri. Ile fence yabe ikwamborengange ndiya mubuso. During the early years of 1970s to late 1980 or 90, there was an old man called Adolf Mlauzi. He was the bell ringer. He volunteered to ring the bell, the church bell, when we go to the graveyard and when we attend the church. And this bell doesn't ring the same way as if we are going to the funeral and as if we are attending the church. When we go to the funeral, procedure to funeral, it goes slowly, it rings, stop, rings, stop. Now the old man had taught me to do that because I also volunteered to help him in ringing the bell. Unfortunately, he was old, he died and left me. So I left behind, continuing with the ringing of the bell and doing some tasks inside this church as a member of the church. So now I am also old. I no longer can ring this bell because it's so heavy. It can carry me up if I'm not standing in a good position. So the young ones are now continuing with the ring of the bell, and they don't know or understand how it was done because that melody which was used informing people what is happening, whether there is somebody who is dead and everything, it's no longer being used at the present. Now, this is the inside of the church, in which I grew up as a Sunday scholar child, as a youth girl, until I became an adult. I used to come here. There was a time when I was also a member of the preachers. I would go to the pulpit and preach. And there at the corner is the baptismal table. When you are still young here in our church, you are baptized maybe at the age of 3 months. We put on the cloth there which is suitable for baptism. Then the child will be baptized. Now this door is the entrance of the pastor. The pastor, when he gets in for the preaching, he doesn't enter through that general door. He enters through this office. People will just see him imaging here, coming here, praying there, after praying, getting into the pulpit. That is how the procedure was during the times of the old Kisik rules. It's difficult to tell the church or church members that let us make a scene to make our church beautiful. But for them to understand, I had to plan to take out from my pocket to make this ceiling. The person who did this ceiling, I hired him myself. But there were some other members of the church who did contribute after I had started, after they could understand that what I was saying is this and that. Everything that you see here was the development of me, except the building, the windows, and the roofing. But the ceiling was my plan from my pocket with the other people's help. I was then joined by the Tsohang and the Water Research Commission and others who are related in, providing water for healthy. They joined me, and they're the one who are helping me a lot in different ways.
I understand you have attended many conferences in different places. You even went to the parliament. Take us through the journey.
I went to the parliament on water, and there I was called Water. My name was Water, and I was so impressed because after the parliament, it was on the budget day. It was a budget week.
Okay.
After the budget was announced, we had a meeting with Sisulu.
Oh, the Minister of Water
The
and
Minister-
Sanitation.
The Minister of Water and Sanitation. In the afternoon until late hours, we were seated being three with Sisulu. So she was also asking me different questions. It's just unfortunate because this 2020, where Sisulu was supposed to come and visit me at my home and to see what I have done, Corona also came in and interrupted. Otherwise, I would be saying I was with the minister, Sisulu.
Oh, so what were you discussing with the minister there?
No, the minister wanted to know how I started with this project and how I managed it and what difficulties I met on the way. So with difficulties, I only said challenges were that the greater the number, the greater the challenges now.
Oh.
Because other one will come with another idea, another one will be breaking another one's idea. But it needs a leader who stand and stick forward to the goal planned.
I understand. You also hosted many people here in your house, people from overseas. How did this came about?
Yeah, some of them I really don't know because I will just get a message maybe in the afternoon saying that wait for a visitor is coming there at your home. But I have hosted some from France, from Australia, from Holland, from USA, but some came, I still remember 2019, some came for water. They were coming to help me in testing water, the quality of water. But I'm so happy because after testing the water at the University of Venda, it was 100% good. No water was, said to be ill or causing illness or whatever.
Everything in your statement you mentioned water. So I would like to know that why are you strongly based in water projects? What are you using this water for?
When I sat down, I realized that water is the most important thing in life. It's the most important thing in life. I am water as I am. The greatest percentage of my body is water. And I cannot eat without water. I cannot get fruits without water. I cannot be a well-clean person without water. Everything is water. Whether it's animal, whether it's plant, whether it's me, it's water. So I decided to focus on water because I saw that water is the most important thing in the world.
I understand. So now that you are well known everywhere, in the social media platform, everywhere, so tell us a little bit about your children.
Yes, I've got 4 children. Let me tell you the truth. As a Christian, I believe in the fact that if you love somebody's child, the blessings in turn comes to your children. So all my children are well employed. They have gone to school. They are all working. Another one is a assistant manager in Sasolburg firm in Free State. Another one is doing in terms of money, funds, economy, accounting at a certain area in Joburg. Another one is a coordinator as a teacher, but coordinator in art and craft because he did arts. And then another one specializes with steel that is, doing the structures and everything. So they are all well employed.
Mama Florence, thank you so much for coming through. What could be your last message to the world?
My message to the world is that you cannot enjoy life without considering others. So the best thing, whatever comes into your mind, thinking to do it for the community, thinking to do it for somebody's child, thinking for doing it for anyone, do it as soon as you think of it. Don't say, my children, don't say, I will spend much to my... Give, as the Bible says.
Mm-hmm.
Give your physical strength, give your funds, give your everything. Here lies my father, Gilbert Mataman Turan. He was not educated at all. He couldn't even write his name. So for him to write the name, he had to go overnight school when I was staying with him in Sasolburg. But because he was wise, he prepared everything for me in terms of schooling financially. Because even if he had gone, I remained going to school without an assistance of anybody. He was wise. I loved him. I wish I could bring him back so that he could also benefit from what he has done to me.
Jesus, you love me too much.